Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. Our experts are excited to dive into defining connected planning and exploring how it extends beyond traditional finance with practical applications for capital, marketing, and IT.
Welcome back to this next installment in our series of Connected Planning hosted by Alithya. I'm Mike Colleen, and I'll be taking you through the second of our three practical application use cases for connected planning, this one specifically focused on marketing. Marketing planning is a line of business use case that's typically sponsored by the chief operating officer or the chief marketing officer. Concepts associated with marketing planning, including marketing campaign lifecycle management, from ideation to spend, typically breaking that marketing spend down into both restricted or fund-based versus business as usual, which is unrestricted. And both of these processes need to have a tight integration, not only with the financial process for planning, but also the financial close. Typically, the accruals that are booked into the corporate accounting system are based on latest estimates to complete. You also have integration with financial planning analysis at a bidirectional capacity. Step one being the marketing funds available at the macro level, whether it be target setting, followed up by the latest forecast from a bottom-up perspective. And then finally, for the operational marketing planning use cases, we have operational integration with procurement to pay solutions at the end of the day. Key takeaway with the marketing planning use case is it is a beyond finance use case that not only moves past corporate finance and even business area finance, but should be easy to use for marketing operation team members who are typically engaged with managing the marketing campaign life cycles. The last thing I'll say back on fund-based versus non-fund-based is that we typically see that in industries where there's some form of franchise-based model, where in the service fees that are coming in, a portion of those service fees need to be allocated to joint marketing initiatives. Macro level in terms of the marketing planning process, if I look at the rows in terms of the teams, I start off with finance, which is really business area finance. I can then get into, corporate finance, excuse me. The next level down, which is regional or local finance, is what I would consider a business area finance team. And those top two levels are typically the levels that we'll see at best within traditional FP&A or financial planning processes. The next two level downs are regional marketing and the marketing team. These are the levels that we think of as marketing operations, with regional marketing typically being associated with marketing leadership, and the marketing team basically being the ops resources focusing on the initiatives themselves. So a traditional process starts with corporate finance establishing to the marketing teams what their targets are for the budgeting cycle. Those business area finance teams communicate to the operational teams what their pool of money available for each group of initiatives is. The marketing teams will then be able to focus on investment planning and how they carve out that pool of money. So, for example, if the Northeast region for consumer products has been allocated a pool of money for marketing spend of $5 million for the upcoming year, the marketing team will decide how to allocate that $5 million to the various initiatives, whether it be advertising, consumer promotions, mass media, special events, and what have you. As those initiatives are created from a budgeting standpoint, they are reviewed and approved by marketing leadership. They're reviewed and approved from a roll-up perspective by the business area finance team. And then ultimately, that initial financial target and budget is linked both top down and bottoms up between the financial plan and the marketing plan. Once those initiatives are created, the operational aspect of marketing is executed, whereas those initiatives become proper statements of work and purchase orders, the actuals can be incorporated into the system. And in terms of day to day, the actual accruals and payments can be compared against the budget and the variance reporting communicated accordingly. And then finally, as each monthly process goes on from an operational standpoint, snapshots of the latest estimate to completions, the latest spend can be communicated and incorporated into a published monthly or quarterly forecasting cycle as defined. So effectively, you have two processes going on. You have the continuous operational process at the regional marketing and marketing team level that's connected to the periodic annual, quarterly, or monthly financial plan or forecast in a bidirectional top-down and bottoms-up capacity. Alithya has proven that Oracle EPM Cloud is an excellent solution for supporting this operational planning use case. The question really becomes why? If you're a customer moving from Hyperion to EPM Cloud, or if you're new to EPM Cloud itself, but are coming from a financial planning and forecasting system, you'll understand that traditionally within financial planning processes, it's a language of numbers. Hyperion customers typically were very Excel oriented, very numbers oriented, very chart of account structure, the sort of things that appeal towards financial analysts. But to move into beyond finance use cases such as marketing, we have to make sure that the user interface and the capabilities appeal to a broader class of users. In addition to that, we need to ensure that the planning solution can encapsulate additional content besides numbers. So if we specifically look at Oracle EPM Cloud, some of the key capabilities include non-financial measures for both input and reporting, being able to capture start and stop dates for things such as initiative, being able to capture text such as initiative descriptions, vendor descriptions, purposes, and then being able to drive drop-downs and smart lists such as marketing categories, that can group into other reporting needs are critical. The other aspect of it is particularly in beyond finance use cases, teams become much more visual in what they do. So being able to have enhanced reporting, what we consider inline dashboarding as part of the process becomes important. And finally, the last two components that become critical are the ability to link and manage the master data. As one envisions the marketing cycle that starts off with a pool of money, and a temporary initiative is created as a carve-off. And as that operations resource solicits statement of work approvals, ultimately the result is a purchase order. So there has to be some mechanism to connect the pre-approved budget and planned initiatives with the post-approved purchase orders, which allows you to link together the actuals as they come through the system, the accruals that are needed, and ultimately the plan and forecast. And then finally, if I look at Oracle EPM Cloud, one of the other significant use cases that we see would beyond finance is a need to incorporate other systems. EPM Cloud provides a groovy engine for extensibility that can be used to optimize workflows and validations. So if you want to do any sort of custom workflow for approval based on a variety of criteria, you can do so. Because these data sets for beyond finance tend to be much bigger and broader than financial, it also provides the ability to optimize calculations well past what people would consider in the traditional finance space. And then finally, the ability to link to other systems. In the marketing planning use case, the two significant ones that we would typically tie into would be procurement. Again, being able to turn as much of this as possible into PO-based spend creates a strong link and control. And then the other potentially is in terms of CRM, depending on the nature of the marketing initiative, if it is something that is customer specific and not just product specific, that becomes a key tie-in factor as well. So quick marketing case study. Alithya was proud to partner with a global financial services firm on deploying Oracle Cloud EPM to 600 marketing and finance users in multiple countries and multiple languages that was used to manage their list of marketing campaigns, tie POs, and ask for funding. This replaced fragmented Excel-based solutions. This solution was easy to use and deploy to global teams. It integrated both operational and financial reporting, and it created a link between controllership in terms of the accrual process, FP&A in terms of the planning process, and marketing operations in terms of the management and the details around the spend. This particular customer also had the instance of needing to require fund-based marketing spend that was restricted. And in Europe, this required substantial regulatory reporting. So from a controllership standpoint, this also helped to satisfy some of the other reporting needs around regulatory spend. And then finally, for this particular customer, this was not only marketing, but finance's first experience with EPM Cloud, really making it their first SaaS application and paving the way from a migration from historically custom and internal on-premise solutions such as Hyperion. If you're interested in learning more, please contact us at infosolutions@alithya.com. Thanks for your time.
Thank you all for tuning in today. If you have any further questions or would like to continue the conversation, head over to our website at alithya.com to contact us and check out our other webinars and events. And we look forward to seeing you at our next webinar.